You got all this time to get better than me, and you're still not. You're not bigger than me, you're not stronger than me.
When you're in the gym, you know, to get in shape, that sounds great when you're sitting on the couch or you're back before the starting line wargaming how great it'd be to finish the marathon under 3 hours. But when you start running the third, fourth mile, all of a sudden, whoa, we lose our interest in that goal because it gets too hard. You gotta find more fucking value and believe in yourself before you embark on these journeys.
People think this is easy. This is not easy. We work hard, we train hard, but we love this. That's why we do this. If you don't enjoy with your life, with your job, you're gonna be best.
It's really only one rule that you need to follow when you're in the gym trying to make progress. Just don't be a fucking pussy.
It all starts with a dream. It all starts with a goal. It all starts with a physique we saw as a kid, whether it's Dragon Ball Z, whether it was a cartoon, whether it was Phil Heath. But that goal that you put in your head, you chase it. It's an unattainable goal. It's something that you never think you're gonna reach. And that's what I love, is this endless chase.
Sometimes you don't eat for taste, you know. I just eat for fuel, that's it. I eat to get big. I don't care what it tastes like. I mean, I burn my egg whites. Boy, if I even cheat on my diet with pizza, I prefer it burnt.
These voices in your head, they're there all the time. My head, everyone, I'm sure they're there in everyone's head. It's just like, what do you do about it? Do you listen to them, or do you overrule them? And if you can overrule them more times than you listen to them, then you're getting ahead of the game. So if I say I'm going to do this, I'm locking it. I'm doing it. Right? If I know that I really don't want to do it, or it's not something I really want, or it's not going to be beneficial to me, I can already decide I'm not going to do it before I start doing it.
I've been disrespected my whole life. I've always been the underdog. I mean, I'm going to keep proving people wrong, and I'm going to give it everything I got.
What makes us what we are and what we're going to be, I think it's that right there. It's grit. It's our core foundation, man, grit. And what does it mean? Really, in a nutshell, I think it means this. We'll go a little bit longer, we'll push a little harder, and we'll think a little deeper and a little sharper. Like, to me, it means we'll play anywhere.
Pain is temporary, but victory lasts forever. The harder the challenge, the greater the growth. What you become in the process will make you into a person that when you look in the mirror, you can stand tall, proud of who you are.
Find a job that's going to make you happy in the long term. But for today, don't do what makes you happy. Do what challenges you. Do what pushes you. Do what makes you better.
Those hard-ass practices, I'm exhausted, man. I'm tired, man. I'm dead, man. Yeah, that's process. And in process, what do we get? We learn who's committed. We learn who we can depend on. We learn this is what it takes.
Some commissioners making sure we don't fight before. And then when they do the last instructions, when you turn around, there's a pin that they drop to lock the cage. It makes that sound right there that he just dropped. Right. I could hear it. 20,000 in the arena.
And you can still hear that.
I could hear that pin. And then I would say to myself, I swear to God, I would be like, somebody got died. It ain't gonna be me.
People right now, maybe listening to this shit, they be motivated to go run. If it's cold somewhere where they're at, a lot of motherfuckers will shut that door, go back inside. That's motivation. It comes and go as how you feel. If you and your wife are good, if you and your kids are good, if you're good at work, you're motivated. I like the motherfucker whose life is imploded, ain't got shit in life, and says, still gotta fucking get after today, man.
One of the most powerful forces in life is consistency. Being able to do something in repetition over and over and over again. That's how you start big movement. That's how you get big results. That's how you build a body. That's how you build a business, is consistency. It's small wins every single day.
Everybody gonna be lonely when you start grinding and then your friends disappear. Cause everybody gonna be around you when you don't have no bread in your pocket. But when it's time to grind, when it's time to motherfucking take, a little self-care, go ghost a little bit, deactivate the ground. When it's time to motherfucking work on yourself, sometimes it gets lonely, but it's okay.
While you're probably fucked up, it's probably something happened to you in your life. Go through the archives, dig it up, study it. You better have a part about you that's tough, a part about you that can break down situations and get better.
Someone's coming to take what you want. So that means you gotta wake up every day, train every night, study, get better.
I was just 19 years old. I didn't know what to do with my life.
I was very scared. I felt very vulnerable. I just felt naked to the world.
It's not about what you do on Instagram, it's about what you do in reality, okay? When the lights are off and everybody else has gone home and everybody else is taking a break and everybody else is just doing whatever they are gonna do. What are you doing then? Because that's going to determine what your life outcome is.
It's what you do in the dark that determines what you become in the light. Remember, it's easy to shine when the cameras are on, when the crowd is cheering, when you have momentum, when the music is loud and the world applauds your every move. But the truth is, your life is not built in those moments. No, your destiny is forged when no one's watching.
And Midge always said, never mind who he fought, he ain't fought you yet. Because when I was coming up, a lot of people will always say, oh man, you fighting this guy or you fighting this guy. And Midge always would say, he'd be like, lottie-dottie, we fight anybody.
Did not like living in reality. Reality was forget about reality. I have to have the dream. I have to have a goal. I have to get up every morning and go after something. And I believe that bodybuilding and fitness makes your life better.
Remember, it's easy to shine when the cameras are on, when the crowd is cheering, when you have momentum, when the music is loud and the world applauds your every move. But the truth is, your life is not built in those moments. No, your destiny is forged when no one's watching.
People always ask me why I never gave up on a football field, why I never just gave in to the stigma of I couldn't make it, and without a father you couldn't figure it out. And what was my fire? My fire was my commitment to prove every person that ever thought I was gonna fail absolutely wrong. I was gonna prove to them that when God promises you something, God darn it, you better believe it.
I was about 14. I'd seen UFC when I was younger. I just fell in love when I started training. It was all I did, 24 hours a day. I pretty much knew instantly that this was going to be what I did with my life.
I appreciate the pressure because it's this weird paradox, right? Of you want to be the best version of you, you know? You want to grow into this individual that you see yourself being. But without the pressure, it's too easy to just not do it. If I didn't have them things, I'd have for sure laid in bed today.
It's a beautiful benefit, but it's a huge cost as well.
You either in or you fucking out. I'm not fucking playing with you no more. This the real fucking JB. You better buy the fuck in real quick. Keep fucking with me. Hey, who don't have pants? They're right fucking here. Get them motherfuckers on.
Right now it's all we got. The greatest opportunity in the world is found in today. You understand that? We don't even know what yesterday got for us. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's already gone. Tomorrow, too far away. What about right now? What about right now? Would you give it all up for me right now?
And if that was the case, if it was something that I probably was chasing, I would have never gotten it. That's the whole point. If you chase something, then sometimes you never get it. If you put forth the work and all the attitude, next thing you know, it's bestowed upon you.
Because everybody got talent, and everybody got potential. But I promise y'all at the next level, they don't give a fuck about your feelings, because they have a job to do. Your excuses, you're late, your no-shows, you're skipping class, all that shit catches up with you. You keep cheating the game, then you're gonna start cheating life. I challenge you guys to try to be a man of your word and do it consistently. And I promise you, if you try it, you'll find out, damn, that ain't that bad. All I gotta do is do what I say I'm gonna do.
Because I'm always ready to take your motherfucking ass for war. It's a savage mentality, a misunderstood mentality of what we have to be in life. When we come from nothing, you gotta create the baddest motherfucker that ever lived.
I would rather die than acknowledge to myself that I'm that loser. There is nothing that I won't do. There's nothing that I won't do to avoid being a loser.
Everybody has a purpose in life. Everybody has a destiny. And the knowledge of that destiny enables one to fulfill it. See, so everything was put here for purpose. Ants, buzzards, trees, and it's the knowing of that purpose that enables every man to fulfill it.
I feel like when you're born with ambition and you're born with wanting to be the best you can be, achieve as much as you can, really push the limits and the boundaries to how far you can go, especially when everybody's saying you can't, or everybody's saying, no, you'll never do this, you'll never do that. I'm gonna prove you wrong. I can do it.
You show up and you bring your best self.
get the fucking job. Merry fucking Christmas. All right. After a couple months, you start showing up to work a little later. You don't look as good. Your clothes aren't fucking laid out. Your breakfast isn't ready. Your mind's getting softer. We do that shit with everything in life.
You are the general that is in charge of your life, in charge of the war of your life, the battle that's going on in your life to be stronger and smarter and faster and better. So that means as the general, you're the one who decides what you do and how you're going to do it.
What do you want? Because you're talking big, like you want to be this motivation to the world. You want to earn yourself some money. You want to have a functional family, a functional wife, functional kids, and a beautiful house. It's a creative space and all these mad ideas and plans, but you've not yet figured out how to love yourself. And if you can't love yourself, who can you love?
Pain is not an option. Pain's part of life at times. Suffering is an option or not. You can take that pain and go suffer with it, or you can take that pain and drive yourself forward. It doesn't matter what things happen. What matters is the meaning you give it and what you do with it.
Ain't no school for this shit. You gotta be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. You know what my grandfather told me? You don't get as far as the motherfuckers you talk to for no reason. You'll be successful as the motherfuckers that you talk to for no reason. What I mean is, if you spending your day talking to a nigga that ain't got nothing going on, what the fuck kind of information could he offer you?
You see men fall, don't laugh, learn, because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall.
Weak people notice other people's mistakes and laugh. Strong people notice other people's mistakes and learn.
If you don't get your heart broken, you're not a man or a woman yet. That's a part of life of becoming a man or a woman. Without struggle, there's no progress. We have to overcome ourselves. The fight is within ourselves. We have to beat ourselves. That comes with discipline. Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. It's all about not being discouraged. Listen, I've been knocked up, beat up as a kid, a younger fighter and stuff. People I just knew never to get discouraged. I just knew I would get my day if I continue to try hard and believe in myself.
I have to do it. I have to make the decision every single day to do the right thing. But I almost don't have a choice because it just becomes so natural to me because of how the example that my parents set for me. Whether I have a fight booked or I don't have a fight booked, I still have another day to live. Yeah. I still have another hour to live. I still have relationships and I still have a choice every single day to do the right things or do the wrong things. And the simple fact of the matter is we all know the right things and the wrong things to do. It's just, are you willing to admit that you do or you don't know those things?
And that's the one thing, if you're going to be a really good competitor and you're ever going to have any great victories in your life or whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you can't do it unless you can overcome adversity. Because that's what makes great things great, is the things that you had to overcome to accomplish them. And it starts with your perseverance, which you have a goal, you work toward a goal, you make mistakes, you have setbacks, you learn from each and every one of them.
If you really truly want to be great at basketball, I'm telling you now, somebody who's done it, I don't want to speak for y'all, but I kind of understand y'all, but you have to be obsessed with wanting to get better every day.
You will get taken advantage of continually by people who are looking for someone like you until you grow some teeth. And you'll think, no, that's the opposite of compassion. Being able to bite hard is the opposite of compassion, which it is.
When you focus on the past, that's your ego. I did this in the past, I want that in the past. And when I focus in the future, it's my pride. Next game 5, I do this and this and this. I'm going down. That's your pride. You try to focus in the moment, the present. And that's humility. That's being humble.
I understand and I appreciate and I embrace anything worth having takes an extraordinary period of time. You want an extraordinary body? You want extraordinary health? Good. It's gonna take a long fucking time. And for some of you, longer than it took me. For some of you, less long than it took me. Look forward to knowing that the progress is coming. The win is coming. As long as I just keep fucking getting up and doing it.
You gotta work. Your time is gonna happen. You're here for a reason. But you gotta be ready, because if you're not, it's on you.
I was in the same van. I cried too because I cried because I was like, bro, like, dude, like, I really did this shit. I pulled this shit off, you know? I did everything I said I was gonna do, man. And I cried too because at the end of it, it shows that he's human. It shows that I'm human.
Discipline is when you take the battery of willpower and you squirt that extra juice to make up the difference. Your motivation's only getting you so far. Usually it's far enough. Sometimes it's not. How do you bridge this gap? You bridge it with something called discipline.
Said, I wish you the courage to be warm when the world would prefer you be cold. I wish you success sufficient to your needs. I wish you failure to temper that success. I wish you joy in all your days. I wish you sadness so that you may better measure joy. I wish you gladness to overbalance the grief. I wish you humor and a twinkle in your eye. I wish you glory and strength to bear the burdens.
Surrender of being right enables us to ask questions that others can answer and add value to us. Surrender of being right is the prerequisite to finding right. I believe that with all my heart.
A lot of time when you get up, boy, you fall in love with the journey, you fall in love with being disciplined, you fall in love with the grind, you fall in love with your purpose. What's gonna happen is, man, even the people that spin the block, you're not even gonna really pay their ass no mind just because your ass done moved on to bigger and better things.
I think the reason change is so difficult is because there's things that you do that don't serve you, but have become a habit. Maybe it's thinking. Maybe you think of what could go wrong in your life rather than what could go right. That becomes a habit.
On the way to the gym, you have to start getting anxious. If you don't get anxious anymore, all you do is listen to some kind of music or something like that, and you're just thinking that you're doing it, you're not doing it. You just can't show up, you just can't pretend. You have to demand from the workout that you're going to get results. And you have to have workouts in your brain already before. You have to have the results already in your brain before you can get there.
You're not in a fight until there's resistance. Up until the point there's resistance, there's something to overcome. It's just an athletic venture. You're showing how quick you are, how strong you are, how good a shape you are, how smart you are, how tricky you are. It's an exhibition. But then something happens, and a moment comes and you have to overcome it. You get hurt, whatever, and you have to overcome it. You have to deal with resistance. Then you've been in a fight. Then you show those qualities.
An example, fight day. It's every fight day is the worst day of my life. You wake up after a shitty night of sleep, and when you wake up, you're like, because you don't sleep well because I make so much scenario in my mind. If you do this, I'm gonna do this, and try to cover every possible scenario that can happen. And sometimes you close your eyes, you try to be positive, but sometimes you don't see yourself winning. Sometimes there's certain imagery that pops up in your head that you see yourself losing.
Us are a little bit addicted to tomorrow. You know, I'll quit smoking tomorrow, I'll go on a diet tomorrow, I'll lose weight tomorrow, I'll start studying tomorrow. But really, making it happen today is the way you improve. That's the way we'll get better. That's the way you'll create more value for yourself.
I wouldn't have chosen any way to be different. There's a lot of stress and pressure I felt through my 20s, but like I would go through all that again because it's the only way that you can have that perspective in the future. And maybe it's a good thing to go through the shit times. You don't want to avoid them, the bad reasons why you do stuff, the hell, the this, the that, and you shouldn't try in your 20s to shortcut that, to detach and let go. And you should just be like, my dad never said I was good enough. I'm gonna fucking tell him, you know? Like, fuck yeah, go tell him, you know?
Well, I've been in there with bigger guys. The last guy I got to could knock a hole through this wall here. That was Mugabe. The size ain't gonna mean nothing. You better sit there and get your popcorn, your beers and whatever, and sit tight, because this fight don't necessarily have to go 12 rounds.
Weak people talk about other people's problems to feel better. Strong people talk about other people's problems to become better.
If you love something, if you have a strong passion for something, you would go to the extreme, try to understand or try to get it.
One of the words for me that attaches to things that wind up hurting you in life and have hurt me in life, one of those boogeymen words is the word of convenience. That's attached to everything. You know, people disappoint you not because they want to disappoint you or let you down or betray you because they want to betray you. They do it because it's more convenient to do than the other thing.
Be responsible for your own self-determination. You got to earn it.
Don't look at somebody else. Don't blame somebody else. You be responsible for your own self-determination and have accountability for what your job is and what you need to do.
Being able to say, like, this is going to be an amazing story was one of the things that got me through the earlier parts of the gym days when there wasn't any evidence. And I could say, hey, this was many years of my life. Because if it had happened overnight, how unrelatable would that story be?
Pain, reps, every single day. You want the chest? Build it. You want the arms? Earn them. There is no shortcut, no app, no fast way. You suffer for it. You bleed for it.
Remember, life isn't a race against others. It's a journey to becoming the best version of yourself. Keep going. You're doing great.
And every single day, cats leave a crib, and they don't make it back to their children. They don't make it back to their spouses. But we leave our house every single day. We just assume, hey man, I'm gonna make it back. I'll see you later, right? And it's like, man, who promised you that?
It's 3:30 a.m. My foot feels like a dead weight. My head is spinning from the pain meds and I'm wide awake. Forgive my venting, but what's the purpose of social media if I won't bring this to you? No real image. Feels good to vent, let it out, to feel as if this was the worst thing ever. Because after all the venting, the real perspective sets in.
Most people are, wired for frustration or anger, and they got a dirt road to happiness. I wire myself to gratitude. And by not going into the anger so much, it becomes a dirt road to happiness. So you gotta break the pattern. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's true of good things. Like if you don't, faith unused doesn't grow, it shrinks. Passion unexpressed gets less. Anger unexpressed will weaken, but you need an alternative and you need to wire yourself. And it would probably take you 10 minutes a day if you really wanted to.
Cause this is a hard world. Don't nobody give you nothing. You have to work for it, right? So I'm blessed to be able to beat up everybody. So I want to beat up everybody until I can't beat them no more. If I can go 10 more years, I'm going to keep on doing it.
You make one good little decision that leads to another good little opportunity. And, I'm sure you have friends like this too. I have friends that made just small decision after small bad decision after small bad decision, and they end up in terrible, terrible places, which is awful to see.
So if you feel like the odds are against you, don't forget 80% of the people who might be interested in whatever that thing is that you want to do, they're not even willing to try. So for you to go through that first step and begin to take, reasonable, even just tiny moves towards whatever that thing is, you just separated yourself from fucking 95% of the people in the world.
And you're wasting hours and hours a day. Like, how many people look at their screen time on their phone? When you do, you go, whoa, 6 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah.
6 hours that I could have been doing other shit. Obviously, it's 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, but it fucking adds up.
Yeah.
Man. It adds
Go
up.
work shit.
And I was like, you know what, man? So then I started having chips on my shoulder. I had my own little thing I was doing with a couple of guys, working out on my own, doing my own little thing. And when you start doing that stuff, and you start to drive yourself away from people, and I was already different as it was. Even if I didn't do that, I already came in being very different.
Just suppose you're sitting at the controls of such a vast source of energy. Are you going to sit back and fold your arms and let it run itself into a ditch? Or are you going to keep both hands firmly on the wheel and control and direct this power to a specific, worthwhile purpose? It's up to you. You're in the driver's seat.
Hard work. Hard work, 100%. In order to be your best, you need to maximize your physical, your mental, and your emotional. And we're talking about physical, you're talking about talent, which is great, and that's a great bar to set. You need to have the height, the weight, the speed, the ability, the physical ability.
You have to first accept it before you can fix it. A lot of people walk around, oh man, I'm good. I'm good. No, you're not. You have to accept what you're not. And people don't want to do that. And that's the only way you can fix it.
If you don't have confidence in yourself, it's because what you say and what you do are not aligned. So what do I mean by that? If you say, hey, the key to success is hard work, but you're not working hard, you don't have confidence because you're not being honest with the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror, right?
I have a pretty, on and off, I have a pretty self-deprecating voice inside my head. In many ways, I'll beat myself up and then I won't let myself feel beat up. Well, your life's so good, you shouldn't be stressed out. So I won't even let myself feel that.
So shame at your own self-criticism.
Exactly, yeah.
Whenever you feel negative or unhappy about anything, you say, wait a minute, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for my life. I'm responsible for what happens. I can't change the past, so I'm not going to spend a second worrying about the past. I'm going to become so busy working on my future and my goals that I don't have time to think about the past.
I'm pushed to myself. I don't need other players to push myself. As I say many times, in my opinion, I'm the best because I think we have to think like that, not just in my job, but you have to think in your job you are the best reporter and I'm thinking like that. If I'm not thinking like that, I'm not going to be stronger than I think I am.
So I turn on the side and I tap on strike. Then a lot of people say, oh, you tap on strike, he's a quitter. But people, sometimes they should understand, they should know when they're done. Why would I take unnecessary damage, and be unconscious? I was able to save myself perhaps for another day.
There's many things that we're not going to just openly tell everybody on our strategies, but the key is this. There is nothing good that comes about constantly thinking about what your competitors are doing. If you're constantly thinking about that, now there are times that you need to make adjustments and call audibles and all that other stuff, but work more on your own idea abilities than what your competitors are doing to come up with ideas. If you work on yourself, on your strategies, you're eventually going to be beating everybody.
By the time you've done one lift, you're the same dude you were before. You might be a little more tired now, but you're still the same guy. By the time you've done 4 lifts, same shit. But by the time you've done, 300, by the time you've done 1,000, compared to where you were in the beginning, you could become completely unrecognizable.
If you work hard, you can achieve great things. Because he's come into a life of financial freedom, right? I mean, his financial freedom is secure. So I don't want him to come in a privilege, to be, have a privileged mindset. So I want to implement what it took to get this life.
And most important, when you get hit, like you get excited. When you get hit, bang, you get excited and your head comes up your hands. When you get hit, that's when you gotta be calm. That's when you gotta be calm. When you get hit. Professional fighter has gotta learn how to hit and not get hit, at the same time be excited. That's what professional boxing is about. You gotta be clever, you gotta be smart, and not get hit. And when you're able to do this, you're a fighter.
Right? If you even let's take cars, you're driving at 200 miles an hour, you don't feel it. It's accelerating to 200 miles an hour that you feel. You don't feel once you're doing the speed, you feel the acceleration.
If I was called to run out onto a stage in front of 5,000 people, and all I had was 1 minute to convey one piece of information, I would say this is it. Is no matter what your goals, or your hopes, or your dreams, no matter what your problems in the past or your current situation, you can learn everything you need to learn to achieve any goal that you set for yourself.
What is the most important thing? If you don't trust yourself or if you don't have confidence in yourself, then no one will. You need to go into anything, into a game that I'm gonna be the man.
Winning is not a sometime thing, it's an all the time thing. And you don't win once in a while, you've got to figure out how to win all the time. And that to me is the most important thing almost about life.
You've got to believe it. And if there's no belief, it ain't gonna happen. See, when you believe it, you're encased in the idea. You fuse with the idea. And that makes all kinds of things happen.
It may take you longer, some may do it shorter, but you're not going to lose. So I got addicted to winning. And I found that you can win more when you surround yourself with more winners.
What if, when you think of quitting, when you almost give up?
There's a famous poem called Don't Quit, which has these lines. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out. It's the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit.
I struggled with anxiety, I struggled with depression. When I was a kid, I struggled with PTSD. Basketball wasn't just a sport that I wanted to be professional in, it was an outlet for my pain. And then ultimately, as I got older, I learned how to channel that pain into becoming strength and to becoming perseverance and having the will of a champion way before the accolades and the gold trophies.
I don't know who this is for, but some doors close and you took it personal. But one day you'll look back and thank God that it went his way and not yours. Because that delay was direction. That detour was protection, and what felt like rejection was God rerouting you to rooms your name fits. So breathe. Keep building. Stop fighting what's guiding you. Because you don't need every answer to take the next step. You just need faith and consistency. One day soon, you'll see it clearly. And you'll be grateful it went God's way all along.
Some nights I would 2, 3 a.m. walk around just and I'm just crying my heart out or just yelling at the top of my lungs God, what's going on? Bro, I'm more talented than everybody doing different things. It's bro, I'm actually really, really good at this shit, at specific things. It's what the fuck? Why am I not winning, bro?
Actively challenge yourself, because that's where growth happens, not from comfort.
I believe when God builds a man, he puts him through difficult things. Because if you were to have a child, you got a son, and you want that son to have specific traits, honesty, patience, would you give him what he wants right away all the time? No, right? So when God builds a man for a big purpose, I believe that this man has to undergo a season of conditioning. And this conditioning is productive. This conditioning should be embraced and it should be maximized.
You're looking for validation from her, from him, from the rest of the world. You can't make everybody happy, dog. Build that connection between you and God first. And whoever's gonna come into your life that's meant to be there will come and they will stay. These bad days are nothing compared to the joy that's coming. Hell, bro, you need a hug? Go hug your mama. I love you guys. Take care. And I'll see you at the top. Peace.